Director Han, thank you for seeing me.
Heroes don't wait for opportunity to strike.
I know, ma'am. I'm sorry. With the change in scheduling, we need to get this out quickly, and I know you're busy, so I don't want to keep you too long.
We're here to work.
As am I. It's just very different work. To cover what you already know, I'll be making your Marvel Rivals iteration in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I know you've only been around since 2014, a far cry from the decades of previous characters, but I'll only be diving into outside media when needed.
It's not an easy job.
Sometimes it is. I won't pretend. There are some aspects of yours that are very easy. And then there is everything else.
But someone has to do it.
Yep, and it might as well be me. So, what are our goals? We want a giant fox form, a ranged pull, a teleport, all leading to a support that got hands. This one gets messy, but we get there, and the journey of 20 levels starts with the ABCs. Ancestry, background, and class. Ancestry. We have our two firsts. Director Han, or White Fox, is a Kumiho, a Korean nine-tailed fox. And guess what you can play as in Pathfinder 2e? A Kitsune, which is a fox-headed humanoid with up to 9 tails who is a shapeshifter. Super easy pick. And the other first is, we aren't picking a versatile heritage. Instead, we'll grab a Kitsune heritage. Nothing really stands out to us, the only thing we want is a tailless human form, but having some magic is a good idea, so we'll grab Empty Sky Kitsune, granting us the feat Kitsune Spell Familiarity, a few cantrips, but the one we like is Forbidding Ward, giving an ally bonus to AC and saving throws against a specific target. We boost Strength and Charisma, and we take the Ancestry feat Retractable Claws. Background. Looking back on White Fox's history, we don't have a lot to work with. To sum it up, she's the last of her kind. Hid as a human, her friend was kidnapped, she used her powers to save her, the Korean government offers her a job as a government-sponsored superhero, and she joins. And in the Marvel Rivals world, she now runs a superhero division for the Korean government called Tiger Division. She often acts as a superhero diplomat for any other superheroes that have stories in Korea. She's had crossovers with Black Cat, Wolverine, and several others. With that in mind, I went with Hyonin Emissary, boosting strength and charisma, training us in society, and granting us the multilingual feat. As for class, we have our work cut out for us. Making a spellcaster that throws down is actually kinda easy, and the best way to do that is to start with a magic user and swerve into martial. Every tradition has a healing spell, but Arcane has the least, cutting out Wizard. Witch and Sorcerer could work, but there's no subclasses that help with the build, and so we cut them. She doesn't have a partner or follow a god, so no Summoner or a Cleric, leaving us with only a few options to pick from. And from these, we'll go with our third first for the series, Psychic. How does this help with the build? Well, it would be best to describe how Psychic works. Oh, poor Psychic, the forgotten child of Pathfinder classes. Psychic has an interesting playspace within PF2 that hasn't been touched on even with the rework for a few months back. Psychic has two subclasses working in tandem: the subconscious mind, the internal source of the magic, and the conscious mind, how that magic manifests externally. Our subconscious dictates our key class ability, intelligence or charisma, and grants us an action we can take when we unleash our psyche, a state that we can enter for free for 2 turns, and then has a 2-turn cooldown. Our conscious mind grants us a cantrip, 2 common and 1 special to only that conscious mind. Here is Psychic's interesting playspace. We can spend focus points to empower these cantrips, dealing more damage, or altering how these spells work. So what combination are we going with? Our subconscious mind will be emotional acceptance, making our key ability charisma. And while we are unleashing our psyche, we can spend an action to heal an ally with Restore the Mind. As for our conscious mind, we'll take the Distant Grasp, the most important part of which is it lets us amp the spell Telekinetic Hand, letting us shove a target 10 feet in any direction, including closer to us. making a facsimile of her Spectral Surge. To wrap up level 1, we will boost Strength for damage, Dex for AC, Con for health, Charisma as our primary ability, get trained in Athletics, Medicine, and Survival.
Power means nothing without discipline.
Oh, right, spells. So, we come to our first real pain. While the Arcane Tradition has the least spells, Occult has the second least, highly limiting our options. The best heal we have, and the one we will lean on for most if not all of our build, will be Soothe, healing a target for 1d10 plus 4 per rank, and giving them a +2 versus mental effects. At level 2, we immediately turn away from Psychic and start looking into her martial capabilities. We take Claw Dancer. This gives us two stances that we can end, Claw Stance and Talon Stance. Claw is good to mimic our unarmed attacks, and Talon is a good mimic for our tail sweep. And as always, these are superheroes and villains larger than life, so we'll be building with the free archetype rules in mind. That being said, we grab Talisman Dabbler. This gives us knowledge to make all common talismans of our level or lower, and we can make 2 talismans a day for free that will last the day. I suppose I should explain what a talisman is. A talisman is a consumable that you attach to your weapon or armor that can be used to do a variety of things, but notably you can only have one attached to your weapon and one attached to your armor at a time. Why do we need to focus on talismans? Well, we get to make the Bronze Bull Pendant. No, not that one. As an action, we can consume it, gain a +1 to shove attempts, and then shove for free and basically double the distance we shove them, helpfully recreating the second part of Predatory Pounce. Do we take Dabbler purely for this? Yes. Does this give us access to a bunch of other options we don't need for the build but you could use as needed? Yes. Is that basically how this entire build works? Yes. Oh, and our skill feat will be Catfall, reducing the damage we take from falling. With level 3, we take a general feat, Ancestral Paragon, letting us take another level 1 ancestry feat. We'll take Foxfire, giving us a ranged 1d4 unarmed attack that we can boost by getting Hand Wraps of Mighty Blows, which we want anyway to boost our claws. We also get signature spells from Psychic. The only one we need is Soothe, so do that, and then pick up whatever you want otherwise. Boost Athletics. On to level 4, we'll grab Violent Unleash, letting us do a blast damage whenever we unleash our Psyche. And from Claw Dancer, we'll take Dashing Pounce, letting us leap and then attack twice, pretty simple. And to give us a better leap, we'll take Powerful Leap as our skill feat, increasing the distance we can jump. At level 5, we boost Strength for damage, Dex for AC, Wisdom for perception and initiative, and a partial boost into Charisma. Our ancestry feat will be Hybrid form, letting us use our claws while in humanoid form. And lastly, a third focus point from Psychic. Make sure you boost acrobatics here. At level 6, we take Wheeling Grab from Claw Dancer, letting us tumble through an enemy and then grapple them. By using these abilities in sequence, Dashing Pounce into Wheeling Grab, and then next turn you shove them with your Bronze Bull back into your allies, you mimic her full Predatory Pounce. For our archetype feat, we grab Quick Fix from Dabbler, which gives us rapid fixture, letting us fix another Bronze Bull in just a minute. On to level 7, we take the general feat, Skill Training, letting us be trained in a skill of our choice. Let's go with Diplomacy, but you could pick Deception. Whichever you pick, we take the other at level 11. And at here, we boost Acrobatics once again. At level 8, we trade our class feat for New Dedication, Medic, letting us heal more the higher the DC to treat wounds is. We're getting this archetype for a different feat further down the line. We take Deeper Dabbler from Talisman Dabbler, giving us 2 more free talismans every day. A lot of our levels will be like this, simple, easy to understand, and setting up for something we need in the future. Our skill feat will be Expert Tracker, as we see her being able to smell and track people in her comics. With that, we move on to level 9 and take the Myriad Forms feat from Kitsune, letting us also have a Fox form, which we need for Alt. Boost Society. And quickly on to level 10, we partially boost Strength, boost Dex for AC, Wisdom for Perception and Initiative, and Charisma. We'll once more trade our class feat for a new dedication. 6th Pillar dedication makes our unarmed proficiency equal to our spell proficiency, and vice versa, meaning we're equally good with our hands as we are at casting spells. And we become an expert in athletics if you weren't already. For our archetype feat, we get the medic feat we're looking for, Doctor's Visitation, letting us stride up to our speed and then heal an adjacent ally. Our skill feat will be Treat Conditions from Medic, allowing us to buy out of that archetype. At level 11, we take skill training again and choose the other that we didn't pick at level 7. For us, that's Deception. Boost Occult to Expert. On to level 12, we take Strain Mind from Psychic, letting us add an amp to a Psy cantrip even if we don't have a focus point as long as we take some damage. And from 6th Pillar, we take Maneuvering Spell, letting us step, leap, or stand after we cast a spell of at least 2 actions. As for our skill feat, it'll be Courtly Graces, because Director Han does need to be able to talk to people in high positions of doubt. With level 13, we take a Universal Ancestry feat. Normally we would need to be reincarnated, but we try to ignore story-based prerequisites when possible, so talk to your DM. With Animal Soul Siblings, we can cast Speak with Animals once per day. We do so because in the comics it's shown that White Fox can speak with animals. It doesn't come up all that often, but we have seen her do it on a few occasions. We boost Occult to Master. And quickly on to level 14, we take Talismanic Sage from Dabbler, letting us have 2 talismans on at the same time, meaning we can have 2 bronze bowls at once. From 6th Pillar, we take 6th Pillar Mastery, meaning that anyone we hit with an unarmed strike takes a -1 to their saves versus our spells, and when we cast a spell, we get a +1 to hit for a turn. Here is where the cycle of casting spells, going into melee, and then back again really shows.
At level 15, we boost Strength
for damage, Con for health, Int for skills, and a partial into Charisma. We dip into her rival's history as the director of Tiger Force, and we take the Hireling Manager as our general feat.
Tiger Division is the same as Shield. Think of my mask like a certain eye patch.
Boost Deception. Level 16 gets us the reason we took Psychic, with Wandering Thoughts, letting us teleport 15 feet when we cast a spell, while we have our Psyche unleashed. Our archetype feat from 6th Pillar will be Touch Focus, letting us make a spell a touch spell and gives us a bonus to said spell. Our skill feat will be Leverage Connections, letting us call upon those people in high positions of government for favors when we need them. With level 17, we take our final Ancestry feat, and our ult, with Rampaging Form, letting us once per day cast both the Canine Animal Form and Fiery Body spells on ourselves. Took us a little while, but we got there. Boost Diplomacy. Onto level 18, we take Twin Psyche from Psychic, letting our Unleashed Psyche last twice as long if we would like it to. And from Claw Dancer, we take Claw and Talon Flow, letting us make an attack with one stance, then shifting into the other for only one action. Finally, our skill feat will be Titan Wrestler, letting us grapple enemies far larger than ourselves. Will be very helpful when we go up against the Hulk. With level 19, we take the general feat Fleet, increasing our speed by 5. Oh, also, the second class makes us legendary in spellcasting at this point, which, thanks to 6th Pillar, also makes us legendary in Thrown Hands, or Claws. Our capstone at level 20 will be Autonomic Psychic Action, giving us an extra action every turn for Psyche actions. And honestly, I struggle really hard to find another archetype feat for our build here, and I just can't. Take whatever you want. There's a lot of weird moving parts to the build, and you can go in many directions. Take what you need to play the way that you want. As for the skill feats, take half-truths. You need to know how to talk to certain people while being the director of the Korean Shield. And that's the build. We take a lot of things so we can have one aspect of it for the build, leaving a lot of options on the table that if we played around, that would make someone other than White Fox. We get spells and only focus on using one. We take Talisman Dabbler and gain access to dozens of consumables forced only to focus on one. We take medic simply so we can move and heal in the same action, ignoring all other benefits of medic. It's a weird, kind of messy build that comes together to make White Fox. I think it might be more interesting to see how far you can go with the other aspects that we ignored. But there's only one way to do that. So get out there, and remember, at one point she may have been hunted, but the Kumiho now hunts you.
Try to keep up.